Good morning. Good morning. Good morning and welcome to the Kentucky State University. For those who are able, please rise, remove your caps, and remain standing for the performance of the Star-Spangled Banner, and lift every voice and sing. You may be seated. It appears that some of you are a little excited about something, so we're going to go ahead and get started. We appreciate the excitement. You should be proud of those that are sitting in front of you. I'm going to go over a few housekeeping rules here real quick. I'm going to recognize people in the audience, and then we will move on with our ceremony. For those of you who represent our first responders, military personnel, military families, law enforcement, healthcare workers, would you please rise and be recognized? For those former and present elected officials, will you please rise and be recognized? Would the alumni of this great institution please rise to be recognized? Would members of our faculty and staff stand on their feet to be recognized? Would members of our Board of Regents please stand to be recognized? Right. With the family members, parents, grandparents, aunts and uncles, cousins, mama and them, grandmama, everybody, please stand. Last and certainly not least is why we're all here. With those people who represent the graduating class of 2026, please rise to be recognized. All right, thank you all very much. Thank you all very much. Prior to the beginning of today's ceremony, please allow me to share just a few reminders so that family members can hear the names of their graduates called. We ask that you respect one another as you cheer for your graduate. We want to make sure every family member hears their graduate's name. So we ask you as you cheer, please remember that we want to be respectful to one another and that everybody gets a chance to celebrate that name of their graduate. This morning, the 10 a.m. service represents the College of Arts and Sciences. At the conclusion of the ceremony and after the recessional, we ask that parents and family members remain in their seats as the graduating class exit, and we want everyone to leave the facility as soon as possible so the team members that have to reset for the 2:00 p.m. service. We appreciate your cooperation, and we appreciate the opportunity to share this moment with you. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium Dr. Patrice Nesbitt, the Faculty Senate President, to offer the summons of the commencement. Dr. Nesbitt.
Good morning. Welcome to Kentucky State University. Tell us, today we celebrate you, your journey, your growth, the village that helped carry you to this moment. Your success is no accident. It is the result of sacrifice, long nights, unwavering faith, and your fierce determination. As you step into this next chapter, take every lesson with you. The hard ones, the beautiful ones, the ones that made you question, and the ones that made you soar. Walk boldly into the unknown. Face every challenge with courage and never stop reaching for excellence. You were built for this moment and you are prepared for what comes next. Your strength, your brilliance, and your resilience speaks volumes. They tell a story not only of where you have been, but of the extraordinary places you are destined to go. We are honored to witness this milestone and proud to celebrate your accomplishment today. On behalf of the faculty of Kentucky State University, it is my distinct honor to officially declare this commencement ceremony in session. Let us begin this beautiful, momentous occasion.
Thank you, Dr. Nesbitt. At this time, I'd like to welcome to the podium the Reverend Dr. Kylan K. Gray, Associate Pastor of Congregational Care at Bates Memorial Baptist Church in Louisville, Kentucky. He will offer our invocation. I might add that he is also a member of the Grand Fraternity of Kappa Alpha Psi Fraternity Incorporated, chapter of Alpha Upsilon. So please welcome the Reverend Dr. Kylan Gray.
Let us pray. Let us pray. Gracious God, we gather in this place with full hearts, full of pride, full of gratitude, full of the quiet, sacred knowledge that something holy has happened here. God, these graduates came to this hill as students. They leave as scholars. They came searching for answers for themselves, for a future they could not yet see. And today, we celebrate that the search bore fruit. But God, they did not just receive an education. They received a formation at the Kentucky State University. They learned in classrooms that their history was not a footnote. It was the text. They were taught by faculty who challenged them, believed in them, and refused to let them settle for less than their best. They were surrounded by a community that called them brilliant before the world had a chance to agree. That is what an HBCU does. It does not simply prepare us for the world. It tells us the truth about who we are before we get there. So God, we thank you for every professor who refused to let potential go to waste. God, we thank you for every family member who sacrificed something they never named so that a degree could be earned. God, we thank you for every late night, every failed exam that turned into fuel, every moment of doubt that became the very thing that made these graduates stronger. Now, God, as they go, we ask that you go with them. They leave into a world on fire. But as long as you go with them, you'll make everything all right for them. Let what they have learned here not stay locked in memory, but live in their hands, their minds, their choices. Let the arts they have studied remind them that beauty is a form of truth. Let the sciences they have mastered remind them that curiosity is a form of courage. And when the world tries to make them forget their worth, let Kentucky State University's voice be louder. Move them out in the spirit of onward and upward, because the legacy lives on. It lives on in them. The future, their future, is right now. We ask this all in your precious name. Amen.
Thank you, Reverend Dr. Gray, for your prayer inspiration that prayer has for all of us. At this time, please join me in welcoming Kentucky State University's 19th president, Dr. Kofi C. Akapa, to offer words and expressions to our graduates. Dr. Akapa.
Who are you with? Who are you with? Good morning to the class of 2026, to your families and loved ones, to members of our Board of Regents, faculty and staff, and to all who are here for this celebration. Welcome. Before we continue, I ask that we pause to remember Dr. Mary Evans Sayers, former president of Kentucky State University, who passed away this week. Dr. Sayers led Kentucky State University from 2004 to 2014 and left a lasting legacy of student-centered leadership, institutional growth, and public service. Among her many accomplishments is the establishment of the Doctor of Nursing Practice degree, Kentucky State University's first doctoral degree, which moved up the university to level 5 institutional status and marked an important milestone in its academic advancement. At this time, I ask everyone to join me in a moment of silence in her memory. Thank you. Graduate, today belongs to you. Class of 2026, you have earned this moment. Commencement is always meaningful, but this year carries a special weight. As we assemble to celebrate this moment, we also recognize the trials our campus community has faced over the past year. Graduates, it is my prayer that your time here on the Hill will guide your path. May you meet change with courage, uncertainty with resolve, and every opportunity with faith in what you have been prepared to do. Above all, refuse to allow challenges to define you. Instead, define challenges by your response. That is the meaning of resilience. Resilience is not simply getting through difficult days. It is choosing purpose when situations are uncertain. It is refusing to let hardship have its final word. Graduates, you have lived that kind of resilience. You completed your assignment. You prepared for exam. You showed up for one another. You kept the faith with your goals. You reached this day, not because everything was easy, but because you were determined. That makes your achievement even more powerful. Today, we celebrate your degree. We also celebrate your perseverance and growth. To the families, thank you. Thank you for the sacrifices that may never appear on the transcript, but are written into every diploma awarded today. This accomplishment belongs to your graduate, but it also reflects your love and support. Kentucky State University has always been more than a place where students learn and earn degree. It is a family. It is a community rooted in history, strengthened by purpose, and sustained by the belief that education can change lives. The world needs you. The world needs what you have to offer students. Today we honor you. We honor what you have achieved. We give thanks to the families who helped you make this day possible. As you move forward, do so with the strength of your family, the love of your thoroughbred family, and the pride of Kentucky State University. Congratulations, class of 2026.
Thank you, Dr. Akapo, for those words of encouragement. Next, we will hear from Mr. Michael R. DeCourcy, Vice President of Institutional Advancement and External Relations, who will share highlights about the class of 2026. Following Mr. DeCourcy, the Kentucky State University's 2025-2026 Student Government Association President, Ms. Cheyenne Rushing, will address the class of 2026. Following Ms. Rushing, we will have a musical performance by the university choirs directed by Mr. Mario J. Radford, Kentucky State University class of 2014. Mr. DeCourcy.
Good morning. I was told my job is to warm up the crowd for our student body president, but it sounds like I don't have to do a thing. They were all excited and ready for it. But 50 years ago today, the golden class of 1976 was walking in your shoes. We will celebrate them at homecoming because today we celebrate you. It's my high honor to share some wonderful statistics about the class and description about the class of 2026. Walking today, we have 16 certificates, 56 associate degrees, 244 baccalaureate degrees, 96 master's degrees, and 16 doctorate of nursing degrees. In 1986, we celebrated the 100th anniversary of Kentucky State University. 40 years later, we have awarded 12,016 degrees. Since then, thank you for that. Since then, since establishing the doctoral degree, again, established by Dr. Mary Sias, we have had 28 doctoral degrees. Today we add 16 more in this crowd. Scholarship and aid has helped, the Commonwealth of Kentucky has helped, external scholarship has helped, and institutional aid has helped this class. In total, $6 million has supported these students from the federal government. $2.3 million from institutional resources, $2.1 million from external partners, and former Representative Graham, who served Kentucky with pride as a graduate of Kentucky State University, and he's hiding up there. The state of Kentucky supported these students with $2.3 million. Representative Graham, thank you for all you did. The class of 2026 that you see in front of you, 60% of them are female, 40% of them are male. And as a proud HBCU, 56% of them are African American here at Kentucky State University graduating today. 1% is Hispanic, 9% is white, 2% is American Indian and Alaskan Native, 2% is Asian, and 14% are from international nations today. The average age of our baccalaureate recipients is 25, and the average age of our master's recipients is 31. The average age of all degree recipients today is 27 years old. Alano Romero Lozano, are you in the crowd today? Will you stand up? This young lady is 17 years old, graduating today from Kentucky State. Now, I tried so hard to find these two students. I really don't believe the age is listed here. But Sherry Sebastian and Lauren Patton are both 61 years old, graduating today. Last year, 36% of our students were from Kentucky. This year, 50% of our graduates are from Kentucky. Our students have come from 26 states and 1 U.S. territory, and 9 foreign nations are represented today. The Bahamas, Canada, Ethiopia, Ghana, India, Nigeria, Nepal, Trinidad and Tobago, and the great country of Uganda are all represented today at our graduation. We have 3 students today graduating after only spending 3 years at Kentucky State University. And I won't throw off the thunder, but our great valedictorian is one of them, sitting right over there, Miss Hawkins. The class of 2026 represents a wonderful history of Kentucky State University that 50 years from now we will celebrate, but today we honor them and we celebrate them. Congratulations to the class of 2026. We couldn't be more proud of you.
Hey, y'all. Okay. Thank you. First, giving honor to God, because without him, none of us would be sitting here today. And before I get too emotional up here, let me handle my thank yous first. Because I was raised right, and my mama would probably text me before I even sat down if I forgot. So thank you to our parents, our families, the faculty, staff, mentors, friends, and everybody who prayed for us, checked up on us, sent us money, sent food, sent encouragement, and reminded us that we could make it through these last 4 years. For my personal thank yous to my family, thank you for everything and supporting me through the whole journey. I love you. To Miss Nicole, thank you for being more than just an advisor to me and loving me like I'm your own. To my best friend since freshman year, you already know our bond. This is forever, and I love you guys forever. To DM and DS, my lifelong family, I love you guys forever. You guys already know this, so I'm not gonna go too deep. Love ya. To everyone I made memories with, thank you for helping me grow into the woman I am today and supporting me. To the families, faculty, staff, and my fellow graduates, we are not just gathered here today, we are blessed to be here today. Here we are, May 9th, 2026, celebrating a moment that once felt so far away. Today is not just a ceremony, it is the celebration of a journey that began in the fall of 2022. A journey filled with questions, hopes, nerves, uncertainty, and dreams, bigger than what we fully explained at that time. As we stand here today, look at us. Proof that time moves, and so do we. Proof that growth is real, that perseverance is real, that even through every obstacle, delay, setback, and sleepless night, we still find a way to keep going. Everyone in this room played a role in getting us here. Family, friends, professors, advisors, classmates, and alumni. Whether you supported us loudly or quietly behind the scenes, your presence matters in this story. As I reflect, I want to take us back for a moment where it all started freshman year, fall 2022. Most of us crossed paths at PCA, stepping into a completely new world while trying to figure out who we were and survive adulthood at the same time. And somehow in the middle of that, we still found joy. We found joy in dancing when nobody cared about being perfect, and the Tamia Shuffle when the whole room felt united, the butt when the energy hit and nobody cared who was watching, and McCullen Darties that turned into memories that we still laugh about today. And late night cookout runs, random hop in the car moments, homecoming, campus events, and networking with alumni who once sat exactly where we're sitting today. There were days when the yard was alive, filled with music, laughter, stepping, strolling, and a kind of energy that cannot be recreated. A space that was made for us, by us. And back then, as freshmen, we were a little naive to how fast time would move. We thought we had forever. Fast forward today, and now we are the ones that the freshmen look at wondering how we got here so fast. The class of 2026 is something special. If we look at our journey closely, it was a lot like a card game. Everybody was dealt a different hand, and somehow we had to figure out how to play it. Some hands felt easier than others, some felt impossible, and yes, along the way there were disagreements, misunderstandings, competition, and moments where life tested us all differently. But through it all, one thing became clear at Kentucky State University. This was never just a campus. This is a family. And family does not mean perfect. Family means showing up all the time. And this class showed up for each other. We advocated for one another. We encouraged one another. We cried with one another. We laughed with one another, and we helped carry each other through moments that people outside of this university could never fully understand. We built bonds through organizations, classrooms, group chats, random side quests, and shared struggles that turned into lifelong memories. Some people walked into our lives as strangers and became brothers, sisters, business partners, best friends, and lifelong connections. And through every challenge, we still found a way to make sure we crossed the finish line together. Now we cannot talk about this journey while acknowledging the moments that shaped us into deeper ways. We honor the memory of DeJohn Fox Jr. The tragedy that occurred on December 9th shook this campus in ways words still struggle to explain. It affected friends, classmates, faculty, and families across this university. We mourned together. We leaned on each other. We stood still together. And even now, we continue to honor his memory with love, peace, and the reminder that this campus should always stand for unity, protection, and one for another. Our class also witnessed change, real change, within the university. Changes that challenged traditions, shifted familiar spaces, and at times made students feel unheard. While today is a celebration, it is also important to acknowledge the reality many students have felt. Concerns about over-policing, changes to tradition, familiar faces leaving campus, and decisions made without students always feeling included in the conversation. So, to the classes coming in, behind us, learn your history here, listen to the voices that built this place, protect your traditions, protect your culture, and protect the spirit of our university. Take pride of being part of an HBCU, understand the responsibility that comes with it, because if you stand for nothing, you will fall for anything. But even with everything we experience, what we build here does not end today. Life is going to take us in different directions, different cities, careers, families, and seasons of life. But the bond we created here does not have to disappear. Stay connected, support each other, network with each other, celebrate each other when life is good, and show up for each other when life gets difficult. Do not let distance erase what built in unity. And as we close this chapter, I want to say this with everything in me. We did not just attend Kentucky State University. We became it, we lived it, we shaped it, we survived it, and in our own way. We are living it better than we found it. This university left fingerprints on all of us in the way we speak, in the way we love, in the way we fight for ourselves and for each other. Long after today, a piece of K-State will live in every room we walk into. So when life asks you who you are, when pressure tries to define you, and when doubt tries to make you forget how far you've become, remember this moment. Remember this room, remember the class that stood beside you through every high and low. Remember that you already survived seasons you thought would break you. And like Joseph in the Bible, who was betrayed, overlooked, falsely accused, and forgotten, but still held on to purpose through every setback. Our story reminds us that delay is not denial, that what people meant for harm can still use for purpose, and that even when life doesn't make sense, the process is still working in our favor. That's why Jeremiah 29:11 speaks so clearly to this moment. For I know the plans I have for you, declares the Lord, plans to prosper you and not harm you, plans to give you hope and a future. And whatever life takes us next, whether it's boardrooms, classrooms, hospitals, studios, businesses, graduate, schools, or places we haven't even imagined yet, I pray we never forget where we came from. Because one day, out here in naming rooms you once dreamed about, I'll watch you become everything you prayed for. I'll watch you, and no matter how far life takes us, there will always be one question that connects us all. Are you guys ready? Who you with? And the answer will always be the same. Thank you.
Take my
Thank you, Mr. DeCourcy, for sharing highlights about the class of 2026. And thank you, Ms. Russian, President Russian, for your words of encouragement inspiring the class of 2026. And just a brief moment, we witnessed a tradition coming back to the Kentucky State University by having our university choir sing at our commencement. Another round of applause for all those, including choir members. It is now my pleasure to welcome the 2026 Valedictorian, Ms. Sakaya Hawkins, to offer the valedictorian address. Okay, Zakia, she was coaching me earlier. Zakia Hawkins.
Astonishing afternoon, faculty, families, friends, and most importantly, the class of 2026. I am Zakia D. Hawkins, a first-generation trailblazer, a dedicated scholar athlete, and a proud daughter of East St. Louis, Illinois. Someone whose roots run deep in the community where I now work to transform data into hope. Growing up, I lived in a place where corner stores outnumbered grocery stores. Interesting. In that environment, you learn to look for seeds of hope in unlikely places. For me, that turned my back porch into a jungle of houseplants. By high school, I was digging up collard greens for research studies. I've realized that I don't just like numbers and plants. I love what happens when you mix data, dirt, and a little bit of sunlight. That's where innovation lives for me. To my parents, thank you for being a soil that allowed me to grow. To the faculty, thank you for watering our ambitions, even when we felt like we were wilting under the pressure. And to my lovely friends, thank you so much for being the sunshine on the dimmiest of days. We often hear that life is a race, but my time here at Kentucky State University and my journey leading up to it has taught me a unique lesson. I don't see education as a race. I see it as a relay. Academically, I've always been numbers first. I took college algebra, trigonometry, and calculus 1/2, all before I even finished high school. I remembered the exploratory exhaustion of dual enrollment, walking across 2 different stages to receive my 2 associate's degrees and my high school diploma, all at the same time. I wasn't just crossing those stages for myself. I was carrying the baton for my family. We all have those relay moments here on the hill, right? Remember the late nights down the yellow brick road in the lab/library when the aha moment finally hit? Remember when our world was shrunk to a laptop screen? Virtual learning. We were trapped in Zoom rooms fighting the lag, and let's not forget the silence. In our academic relay, that was the stalled leg. The momentum felt like it was slipping away. That screen could have been the end of your road, but you refused to drop the baton, right? Interesting. You fought through the isolation to be here in person today. Remember the 1890 land grant mission that reminded us we are not here simply to earn just a piece of paper degree, but to discover and fulfill a greater purpose. Remember the way professors here know your name, not your student CWID 111, right? They know your name and your face. At an HBCU, we aren't just surviving in STEM or any other field. We are thriving and led by people who look like us. That's so good to push us to go farther. We all shared the 9 a.m. lectures and the triumph of seeing our hard work turn into real-world impact. But let's be honest for a moment. The track was not always clear. Adversity can either define you or redefine you. My greatest test came at the start of my senior year of high school. when I unexpectedly lost my sister. That grief was a weight I didn't think I could ever carry. It nearly knocked me off course. But during that same time, while juggling the Running Start program, I received my first ever exam below a C. For a 4.8 student, that felt like a collapse. I was like, is this the end? But no, we all had a choice. Drop the baton or keep running. I realized that resilience isn't about doing it alone. It's about building your system and ensuring that I doubled, tripled my visits to the Success Center. So then I leaned on my mentors in my community, and I used that same discipline that I learned as an all-time track and field cross-country captain to keep my legs moving when my heart wanted to stop. For every one of you sitting here with a below a C story, maybe it was literal, a grade, a personal loss, or even a financial barrier. Or just maybe the mental strain of being the first to navigate this world as a first generation in your family. We learned to turn struggle into strategy. We learned that a setback is not an indicator of what needs to go, but what needs strengthening. I walked across those stages early, and I walk across this one right here today. Not just for me, but for her, Elijah Denise Wells. And I know many of you are carrying a memory of someone you love across this stage today, too. So, what happens next in our lovely story? My personal motto is gather and go. It means you learn all you can. You gather every bit of data, every skill, and every ounce of wisdom you've came across to find here, and you bring it back home into the communities where you're going. Whether it's going back to East St. Louis to solve food insecurity or building a pipeline that connects HBCU students to national labs and tech startups, we are now the leaders we used to look for. It's in us when we look in the mirror. As I pursue my PhD in data science, my goal is to use machine learning and geospatial technologies to fight for agricultural equality. I want to build tables where there were none and pull up extra chairs for the women/men of color and STEM who are bringing up those that are also following them. Class of 2026, I challenge you all. Define success for yourself. Don't just aim for a paycheck. Aim for a legacy. Use your numbers, your code, and also your arts to do something good for humanity. Don't be afraid at all to mix data of your education with the dirt of the real world problems. Mahatma Gandhi once said, happiness is what you think, you say, and what you do are all in harmony. As we leave the hill today, let's strive for the harmony. Let our actions match the diploma we behold today. We have finished our leg of the relay at Kentucky State, KyStateU University. The track ahead is wide open, and the unknown is also waiting. But look at what you've already survived. Look at the resilience you've already built. I've learned to stretch every dream, meal prep like it's a sport, and keep running even when a win is against me. I know you have too. Gather your knowledge, go out into the world, and also never forget where your roots are. Congratulations, class of 2026. We did it!
I think the script would call me to say, wow, that's impressive. Thank you very much for offering those inspiring words. Scholar Hawkins, you are an inspiration to us all, and you have given us the charge. Class of 2026, you heard her. Carry that with you. Become the legacy and the contribution to the world. At this time, it is my honor to introduce our honorary degree recipient. Dr. Capo, Chair Dukes, will you join me at the podium? Mr. Frank Taylor, please join us side of the podium. Mr. Frank Taylor, a 1980 Kentucky State University graduate and former thoroughbred football player, earned his bachelor's degree in criminal justice before building a life centered on service, agriculture, and community leadership. A fifth-generation tree farmer from Louisville, Mississippi, Taylor manages 585 acres of family land and timber. His life work reflects values of the HEART, Kentucky State's land grant mission, which is stewardship, service, and a commitment to strengthening communities and generations. Mr. President, with the approval of the Kentucky State University Board of Regents, I have the privilege and pleasure of presenting to you the 2026 recipient of the Honorary Doctorate of Humane Letters. Chair Dukes, will you please join me in hooding ceremony?
By the power vested in me by the Board of Regents of Kentucky State University, I hereby confer upon you the honorary degree Doctor of Humane Letters. Our board chair and provost will now conduct the hooding ceremony, which has already taken place. Congratulations, Dr. Taylor!
It is now my pleasure to welcome our commencement speaker, the newly conferred Kentucky State University Honorary Doctorate recipient, Dr. Frank Taylor.
Good morning, good afternoon. And thank you, Kentucky State University. I think about that song by Luther Vandross. A house is not a home. I am at home this morning here at Kentucky State University. I was there where you are 46 years ago. I am KSU made. I don't know about what you all are thinking about, but I'm feeling some kind of way right about now. This university perhaps has saved my life in terms of productivity. As I look in the audience this morning, and I see all the smile and all the hope. And I know Dr. Daly said a moment ago, but I just want to say thank you to the parents. I want to say thank you to the grandparents, great-grandparents, TTs, uncles, church mother, all those individuals who have poured into your life. I want to say thank you this morning. And to the class of 2026, congratulations on this day for achieving a milestone personally in your life. You are at the beginning of a process. I looked around on the stage and I think I may be one of the oldest one on the stage. That makes me a baby boomer. And I want to make sure that I convey from what's in me this morning a baby boomer. I got some facts, as the young lady just said a moment ago, about some facts that every day between 7 and 10,000 baby boomer transition. I want to say this morning, before I go, what will I do? I just want to think about this university. This university. In 1885, if you look to the west, somewhere down there in the assembly, they were putting together a plan to build this university. Now, I want you to understand, we're talking about 21 years after the signing of the proclamation, that we had a group of individuals who were being transitioned from slavery to a world. But however, some of y'all don't know, that was a thing they called Jim Crow. They called it separate but equal. But I don't know, no, I'm from down in Mississippi, and it was always separate and unequal. But somewhere here in the state of Kentucky, they came together and they formulated this school, which was a teaching institution. And they had the Second Morale Act of 1890, and Kentucky State University became in 1890. Now I want you to understand what that 1890, now I just said 21 years after. Now I want you to understand that with that 1890, it became a home economics, agriculture, and mechanic institution. Now there's a reason for that. Now those individuals down in Mississippi, we call them plantations. But up here, you all call them farms. Now, they had, you got to understand, now I'm an old guy. They had commodity, not the commodity you all thinking about, but the commodity was human being, and those human beings looked like me. And so, as that transitioned, farming became mechanized, and they needed these individuals to be able to read, write, and interpretate what the processes were. And indeed, that's when the doors of Kentucky State University opened in 1886. And there was President John Henry Jackson. 55 students and 3 faculty. Right there, the recitation hall, which is Jackson Hall, is the first building on this campus. I want you to know that by day, they learned, and by night, they hoped for tomorrow. It was a difficult circumstance because those individuals, class of 26, they did not have janitors. They did not have a cafeteria staff. President Jackson, the faculty, and the students maintained that area. Now I wonder, Dr. Daly, I'll think about it. I say, recitation hall, Jackson Hall, why it had to be on the bluff? I say, why it had to be on the bluff, Regent? And the reason just in my mind, is on the bluff because the individuals from downtown need to watch their commodity on the hill. If you think about where that Jackson Hall is located, all the cold wind, and it was not insulated. But those individuals toil daily. They learn by day, and they come a lesson by night by working collectively to make it work. A few weeks ago, or maybe a month ago, I received calls from friends, and they said that Kentucky State University may not exist tomorrow. I'm down in Mississippi, and I didn't know how to respond. And somebody said, go to your Facebook. I said, I don't do Facebook. But I call a friend, and they said, Frank, yes, we have some issues there at Kentucky State University. There's a probability that some things gonna change and the university may not exist. But you know, Dr. Parko, I thought about anytime, Regent, anytime when there is change, young lady, change always starts with young folks, just like you out there. I understand that maybe, Ms. Rushing, that maybe the student body came together. Some of you all prayed, some of y'all had consultation and began to put together a plan. And that plan was to help save Kentucky State University. And I think we ought to give our student government and our students a round of applause for saving this university. I think about that, the courage that it took to do the processes. I thought about SNCC. You all don't know anything about SNCC, but y'all Google that, SNCC. I thought about the 4 young ladies in not Birmingham, but Birmingham, Alabama. I thought about the students over at South Carolina State. And maybe you all may know, I thought about right west of here, the old folks would say, Breonna Taylor. And I thought about the injustice, but it was young people, just like you all, who came to the forefront to sow seeds to create positive change. As you all move forward into life, it's going to be circumstances that you will not be able to control. I know you all are looking down at your social media. I want you to know that some of your friends are going to ghost you. And when they ghost you, don't get deterred. You all are here and have been here in the incubator. I was here for 4 years. I was here for 1,565 days I spent in the incubator here at Kentucky State University. And through that process, I was able to navigate as an athlete. My coach said to me, he said, son, what are you? I said, Coach, I'm an athlete. He said, no, son, you are a student. And then at 3 p.m., you become an athlete. But over those 4 years, I worked and I was able to pull together the proper grades and to graduate in 4 years. I know some may have been here 5, some for a reason beyond your control. Some may have become parents, some may have had financial issues, but nevertheless, you stayed the course. And you are here today, and you will graduate. And I say congratulations to you. I want you to know that failure is going to happen. But it's how you respond to that failure. I'm 68 years old and experienced the failure. But failure has not determined my fate. I get up every day and I do it all over again. At 68, I still get up every morning, Regent, at 4:30 a.m. in the morning. I get up because there's 2 things that you must do after you wake up. Every day, Pastor, either you gotta make money or you gotta save money. Let me say that one more time. Class of 26. Either you gotta make money or you gotta save money because it's gonna cost you to live in this world. You're gonna be spending money. I want you to look at that money and think about when you become 68, what will you have? You gotta leverage what you make. It's just like levying your time as you have here at Kentucky State University. So as you move forward to enter the work world, I want you to take what you learned at Carver Hall, what you learned at Bradford Hall, what you learned over at Hathaway and the others, that knowledge that you have ascertained, I want you to take it forward and make a difference in your community. As he stated that, yes, we have a tree farm and it's been in my family since 1886, when we could not have, but my foreparents, 9 generations, worked diligently for me to have that farm today. And the other aspect, in the funeral service business. Now that's a difficult job. Now I want you all to know, when I started in 1981, I lived, worked, all day at the funeral home. Now that's a job. At night, on the average across the week, we would make 20 calls. That means I never slept. When it was time to start work at 8, on some occasion, I would have to work the entire day, sometime to embalm 12 bodies. And I asked myself one day, I said, is this worth it? I walked away and stayed in another aspect for about 10 years. But however, I returned to participate. But what I'm telling you is that it's gonna be some disappointment. You're gonna have some job and you're gonna lose some job. But the most important thing is to get up and go back to work and to get it done. Now listen, thoroughbred, who you with? Who you with? Who you with? I want you to know I brought some of my friends. Alex Ford, Jay Burney, Craig Nicholson, and Carl. These individuals all toil with us on the football field. And we practice. In order to win, as I come to a close, I want you to know, in order to win, it's one thing you gotta do. And you gotta go to practice every day. Every day you gotta go to practice. You gotta understand, when you're on a team, the only way you're gonna win, you got to have that concept of being willing to be there. Not late, but being on time and spending extra time to get it done. And when you take that attitude into the work world, you may not achieve it today, but you will achieve your goal. So stay focused and get it done, all right? KSU, it's been great. I just want to say that after 46 years, Zelda, Matt, where are you, Zelda? There she is. 46 years. I am glad to see you again. Now, classmates, I want you all to look to your right and left once this is over. And I want you to look at your friends. Some you will never see again. Take a picture and always keep those people near and dear to you. Kentucky State University, we love you all. Thank you and congratulations.
Dr. Daly, join me on the podium. Let's give Dr. Taylor another round of applause. Dr. Taylor, thank you for sharing your empowering words. That was so inspiring. The Commencement Convocation honors the highest level of achievement of our graduates, each of whom has earned the degree that will be awarded and represent the most sacred of events for Kentucky State University. Dr. Daly, would you please present the candidates?
All right, class of 2026, are you ready? Are you sure you're ready? All right. Will the candidates for the degree of College of Arts and Sciences please stand? Mr. President, on recommendation of the faculty of the College of Arts and Sciences and the certification of the University of the Office of the Registrar, I have the privilege and pleasure of presenting to you these most qualified and prepared candidates for graduation. Dr. Acapo.
I hereby confer upon each of the candidates who has completed the degree requirement, the degree for which you have been recommended, and all the rights and privileges thereto appertaining. Graduate, you may be seated.
As we prepare each graduate to cross the stage, I ask that we conduct ourselves with dignity and respect for one another during this event. Relatives and friends, each graduate are invited to stand where you are and recognize your graduate. Please be respectful of one another as you celebrate, because we want to make sure every graduate's name is called and heard by their family members. We will now proceed with the conferring of degrees. Master's candidates, please rise. Recipients of the Master's in Arts and Special Education, the Master's of Public Administration degrees, please come forward as directed by the Marshal.
Crystal Barlow. Taylor Graham. Desiree Wolford. F. Barnett. Myra S. Parks. James Edmonds. Michaela Bell. Bryant. Cheyenne Bryant.
I need to announce them, I guess. The recipients of the Bachelor's of Arts, Bachelor's of Science, and Associate degrees, including the graduates of the Whitney M. Young Honors Colloquium, please come forward as directed by the marshal.
Samaya Rembert. Sydney R. Brita Nixon. Candace E. Brown. Jalen D. Francis. Ronisha K. Smith. Curtis J. Underwood. Carrie R. Hunter. Malik Hoskin. Yana McKinley. Somer Cedeño.
They are. Oh, I'm sorry, that mic is on.
Autumn M. Scott. Amaya Adair Mars. Adam Badwan. Cameron L. Beckley. Talia J. Walker. Jasha T. Bell. Renee C. Smith. Dejana K. Smith. Brandon Jones. Brenda J. Taylor. Lyric M. Newton. Maya Counts. Joshua Claybrooks. Roman Hernandez. Isaac M. Mitchell. Ernest Chambers. Jarman A. Williams, cum laude. Jeremiah Barker. Joshua C. Merriweather. Mark A. Flores. Dejonae Dickinson, cum laude. Julian Stewart. Donovan I. Journey. Christopher D. Price, cum laude. Alexander Lee Johnson, Jr. Kendall J. Garland. Kamari H. Harmon. Hassan Houston. Joseph D. Noah, cum laude. Troy T. Johnson. Nael H. Johnson. Taja A. Tony. Leah Tubbs, magna cum laude. Benjamin E. Darrow. Kelly A. Simons. Kayla Janae A. Williams, cum laude. Precious M. Johnson. Ariel King, magna cum laude. Rashawn L. Stevens Bridgewater, cum laude. Sanaya Danielle Corriton. Faith Kali Owens. Antea Janice Epps, summa cum laude. Kamaya J. Westmoreland. London LeBlanc. Paris Loving Wardlow, cum laude. Shelby Mackenzie Bell, magna cum laude. Justin Kanye West. Nevaeh Precious Jordan, cum laude. Tanaya G, magna cum laude. Tamia A. Roper, magna cum laude. Elizabeth G. Mays, cum laude. Vanique A. Wansley. Tanaya Jackson. Kalina R. Turner. Giovanna M. Jones. Tyler P. Frazier. Cody Crockett. Nariman K. Mahamud. Karen Wanzambi. Dawn Lovelace. Tariq Denning. Gregory Melvin Jr. Christian T. Bullard. John R. McCall. Juan Price, Jr. Dare A. Moffitt. Montrese Cashel Ryland, cum laude. Ramaya T. Perham. Fabian Travis. Dominique Taylor. Emma G. Johnson. Jeremiah W. Reed. DeLauren L. Thomas, the 96th Miss Kentucky State University, cum laude. Jayla L. Beatty, magna cum laude. Earl M. Gray. Patricia C. Dixon. Destiny Bennett. Eric L. Hogan, Jr. Taisha Orr. Jelate L. Smith. Shayanika Farr. Gregory Austin, Jr. Yvette Grider. Zamora E. George. Heather Padilla. Cheyenne A. Rushing. Jakayla M. Lewis. Jakayla S. Lewis. Trinity M. Patrick. Josiah Burton. Whitney C. Thompson. Jamari M. Mangum. Jackson Starkweather. Annika L. Brooks. Monte Hairston. Xavier L. Knuckles. Tayana O. Mans. Kevin James Jackson. Lily A. House. Molly C. Boswell. Madeline P. Starkey. Madison C. Hackett. Addison C. Hackett. Catherine Looney. Miriam Ligueri. Jacelyn A. Pearson. Elaine E. Isaacs. Alana V. Romero Lozano. Bree Terrell. Lindsay Payton. Kaylee Curry. Tegan Crowder. Gavin Prophet. Benjamin Peach. Grant R. Jacobs. Brendan L. Anglin. Emily C. McClavick. Gracie E. Sams. Avery K. Williams. Amelia Wilkerson. Abigail Lukey.
Will all graduates stand, please? Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Graduates, to signify the completion of requirement for your degree from Kentucky State University, you may now move your tassel to the left and consider yourself graduate of Kentucky State University. Congratulations. I now present to all of you the class of 2026.
Congratulations to the class of 2026. At this time, I'd like to present to you Mr. Barry C. Johnson, President of the Kentucky State University National Alumni Association. Mr. President, Mr. Johnson.
Class of 2026. Class of 2026, so excited for y'all. You joined the most powerful, the most passionate, the most unstoppable group in this Commonwealth, the Kentucky State University alumni family. This alumni family is not just an organization, it's a network of doors that open, mentors who answer, and champions who show up. We are your first call and your strongest referral. We are your professional family. So here is your charge. Go lead, go serve, go innovate, go make this world look up and say, now where did they come from? And you smile and say Kentucky State University. Congratulations, you are no longer graduates, you are officially alumni. Welcome.
Thank you, Mr. Johnson, for welcoming our newest alumni to Kentucky State University Alumni Association. Before we depart, remember to exit the facility immediately following the ceremony. All who are able, please rise for the singing of our alma mater. Graduates, following the alma mater, The commencement marshals will dismiss you row by row. Parents and families and guests, please remain seated. The graduates have completed the recessional. Mr. Radford,